Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. This video is going to be about me testing Primark makeup and my first impressions. So let's get started. I've already moisturized my face, so we're going to go in with this PS Matte Primer, and it's their oil-free mattifying skin primer. So it just comes in a little squeezy tube like this. It comes out clear, so I'm just going to put it all around my face. It's a very silicone-y textured product. It doesn't feel too bad. It definitely feels very mattifying. So if you like, if you like a hydrating feeling, this is definitely not going to do it for you. But if you love matte primers. And I also picked up this PS Primer Water. And I'm not quite sure about how I feel about primer waters yet. I also know Smashbox has their own primer water. So I'm just going to spray it a little bit around my face. Let's see. I'm just gonna pat it into my skin. It does feel pretty tacky, so I definitely feel like it is definitely doing something. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Brow Sketch eyebrow pencil in the color medium. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my brows. I'll probably do a separate brow tutorial, so I'm just gonna speed through this part. Okay, so now that the brows are on, the color is a little bit too warm for my liking. I usually go for a more ashy color to go with my silver hair, but it's actually not too bad. So now I'm just going to carve out my brows using, I have two different concealers, so I might just use the light one just to carve my brows out. And I'm going to use the brush. And now I'm just going to blend the concealer out. So far, I really do like the concealer. I can tell it does give me a bit of coverage. Not as much as the Shape Tape, because the Shape Tape's like ridiculously high coverage, but it's definitely like a medium coverage and you can definitely build it up. But the real test will be when I apply it under my eyes. Okay, so now that my brows are carved out, I think I'm going to go in with the foundation now. I picked up My Perfect Color Perfect Finish Foundation in the color Nude, so hopefully this is the right shade for me. There wasn't too many shades to choose from, so I'm hoping this will be a perfect match. This says it's a medium coverage semi-matte finish with vitamin E. Okay, so I poured some out on my little powder container, and I'm just going to be taking this Juno & Co. ES01 brush just to apply it all around my face. And it looks like it'll be a pretty good match. If anything, we always have highlight and contour to fix. Seems like we need a little bit more. We use a decent amount of product, it seems, but for $4, it's really not that bad. And I'm just gonna bring it down my neck so everything blends. And then I'm going to go in with their PS foundation brush. And it kind of has like a dome shaped top, but I'm just going to use it to buff this foundation in and maybe go in with a sponge. But right now it's looking pretty light coverage and not medium coverage, but we'll see if we can build it up a little bit more. Okay, so as you can see, it's still not covering my breakouts over here, and it's still looking a little bit of a light coverage foundation, so I'm going to actually put on a bit more. So I'm going to put on a second layer. I just like more heavy coverage, so I'm just seeing if it's possible to build this up. And this foundation actually has like such a weird smell. It kind of smells like soap, like dishwashing soap. Alright, I can see the foundation getting a little bit more coverage, maybe more. It's more of a medium coverage now that I put 2 layers on. Okay, so this is probably the best it's gonna get. It does have like a semi-sheeny finish, which is exactly what it says. It says a semi-matte. So if you do like matte finishes or dewy finishes, this is probably not gonna do it for you, but it's looking pretty natural. I like the finish of it. I wish the coverage was a bit more of a actual medium coverage, but you can build it up, so that's good. I'm gonna use a bit of the darker colored concealer that I picked up just to see if I can cover a few of these spots. And I'm just dabbing it where I need a little bit more coverage. And I'm gonna use this little blender to blend it out. And it did cover pretty well. Okay, now I'm a little bit more happier with my base. I already set my eyelids with a translucent powder and I put on some teeth. And I'm going to be using their Master Eye Palette. And it's a bit of a mix with oranges, some reds, burgundies, and purples. I'm not quite sure what look I'm going to go for today, but I'm just going to play around and see where it takes me. In this palette, there's a mix of shimmers and mattes. There is no like base color, like a basic plain color, but there are some great transition colors in here. So I'm going to be using this brush by Primark. It's their 2220 brush, and it's this nice fluffy dome crease brush, and I'm going to be going in with this color right here. Okay, so it's not too bad for a affordable eyeshadow palette, but there is a bit of fallout, but that doesn't really bother me too much. So I'm just gonna put this in my crease. And there seems to be blending out really nice. It's very pigmented, like super pigmented. And just put some more, just to build it up. I've heard so much good things about these eyeshadows, so I'm really glad. Like, all the reviews are legit and so true about this, because these are really affordable palettes. It is looking like a tad bit patchy, but it's nothing too crazy. I'm just going to take this fluffier brush, just blend it a little bit more. Okay, the next color I'm going to use, maybe I'll use like an orange color just to warm it up a little bit. I'll go in with this other PS brush. I think it's number 230, and I'm going to go in this orange color. This one has a lot of fallout. Just make sure you tap off the brush before applying it, and then that will help a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, I'm liking how it looks so far. I think I'm going to go in with probably this burgundy color, and I'm going to be using probably this brush, also by PS. It's their 236 brush, and I'm going to go in with this color. I'm just going to really go in there, and I'm going to put it in the outer corner and in the crease. I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a halo eye maybe. I'm kind of feeling a halo eye today. So I'm going to put it also in the inner corner. Okay, so that's what we have so far. And I'm going to be taking an even smaller detail brush. This is their PS brush in the number 250, and I'm going to be taking this dark brown color just to deepen up the outer corner a little bit. And it seems decently pigmented. And then I'm also going to put it, just using the tip of this brush and putting it in the inner corner just to deepen that up a little bit. And do the same on the other side. And now we're going to blend it out with the brush we used to apply the burgundy. And I'm just going to lightly blend it. We just want it to stay where we applied it and just blend it out. I'm going to go in with more of the burgundy and add it to the crease. I think I'm going to go in with this fluffy brush and just take this lighter beige color just to blend out the crease a little bit more. And I think I'm going to add maybe a little bit of this purple just to get a few more colors in there. And I'm going to use another 250 brush and go into this darker purple and go into the outer corner. And then I'm also going to go in the inner corner as well, just to add some dimension. Okay, so this is how the eyes are looking right now. I really like them. They do have a bit of fallout, but that's no problem because this is really affordable. This whole palette is only $9. I'm just gonna add a little bit of highlight using this champagne-y color at this corner. Right there, and then a little bit here. I'm just gonna blend it out with my finger. And for the inner part, just so it pops out a little bit more, I'm gonna take the concealer and just place it on the middle of my lid. And I actually really love this concealer because, as you can see, this tip is pretty flexible, so you can really get it in the clear places of your face, and it just goes on so well. So I'm just gonna use my finger to blend this out. As you can see, it kind of made it a little bit more brighter. And I'm going to go in with, I think I'm going to go in with this pinky color right here. And I'm just going to use my finger to apply it because I feel like shimmers go on better when I use my finger. So it's actually really pretty. And I think I'm going to go in with that champagne-y color just to brighten it up a little bit in the middle. And the last step is I'm just going to take this red again and just kind of blend it all together. So I definitely give this palette a thumbs up. It worked really well. I'm happy with the colors and I think they're really pigmented. And there's actually very little fallout. It doesn't really bother me. So yeah. For liner, I'm going to be using this PS liquid eyeliner, which was only $150. It has like a long brush like tip, so hopefully this goes well. I can't see me getting like a super sharp line, but thankfully I have the tape to help me with that. So the liner I was actually very pleasantly surprised with. It doesn't seem like there's too much product in here, but I wasn't really used to the longer brush, but it did work out very well because it was super easy to get an even line, and it came out super black, and it has a matte finish, which I really like in an eyeliner. So the next thing I'm going to be using is their mascara. This is their Curl Power Mascara. And it just says 3D Curl Lengthening and Mega Volume. And it comes in this super cute pink packaging. It totally matches my background. I'm not really too picky with mascara because I wear false lashes anyway. So this one's kind of different than other mascaras that I've seen. It has kind of like a longer plastic side on one side and has a short kind of lengthening tip on the other. So let's see how this goes. I really like this mascara. Usually with mascaras I'm like about, but this one is really nice. I think I have really short lashes, so, but I feel like they separated them very nicely, but I definitely recommend their mascaras. Next I'm going to be using probably this concealer just to highlight under my eyes, and everywhere else it's a little bit light, so I'll probably mix it with the darker concealer. And put down the nose, on the forehead, and I'm going to put the darker concealer on now. And I'm going to blend it out with a Real Technique sponge. I feel like that provided a lot of brightening, but I did use a pretty light color. I don't use too much under my eyes because I feel like I don't really need that much coverage. But it did its job. It's pretty medium coverage, so like I said, if you're expecting Shape Tape, you're not going to get the coverage from that. But for the price, this is really not that bad. To set my under eyes, I'm going to use this rice powder. It's just this loose translucent powder. I'm going to put some in my little dish. I'm going to use this smaller sponge to pat the powder under my eyes and just set them in place. This has like a weird kind of grandma powder smell, but if you don't mind smells, then this is a decent powder. I always get creasage on my smile line, so I always make sure I set that, and I set my forehead. I'm just going to wait a little bit for this to set, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm back. I can see it settling in a few of my lines, but I don't really have too many, so just be aware that it may settle into your lines under your eyes if you're a little bit conscious about that. So this is not too bad for $4.50. I know Makeup Revolution does also have powders that I do like better. The next thing I'm going to apply is this PS Custom Glow Liquid Highlighter. And this is in the color Moonshine, and hopefully it works okay over the powder because I actually forgot to put it on before I powdered. But it's pretty thick, and it doesn't really pick up in the tube, so it's just a little bit messy. I'm just gonna put a little bit there, and then I'm gonna use probably this blender just to blend it out lightly. Hopefully it doesn't mess up what I got going on. Yeah, so it's not doing the best over powder. I should have put it on before I put the powder on, but you're able to blend it out. You just have to kind of really dig at it. So I'm just gonna put some on the other side just so I could even it out. I think I used also a little bit way too much on the other side. It's just not compatible over powder. I just applied my lashes really quick. I used the Demi Wispies by Primark, And they are really pretty, but they're just a little bit plasticky feeling and a little bit cheap, but they do the job. They're very cheap, they're only 90 cents. So I'm just gonna really quickly do my lower lash line, and I'm going to be using that red burgundy color I used for my crease. I'm just going to be using a small, tiny detail brush. And then at the end, I'm going to go in with that darker plum color. Deepen it up a little bit. And then I'm going to add some liner. I didn't get a Primark liner, so I'm just using my Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in black. And then I'm going to go in with that mascara, and I'm going to be using the shorter bristled side, which is this side. Now I'm going to continue with the face. I'm going to be using their PS Nudes Contoured Highlight Palette. I believe this just came out. This is pretty new, I never saw it. It has two highlight colors, a bronzy contour shade and a bronzy shimmery shade. And this collection reminds me a lot of the Kim Kardashian West. It has that same kind of vibe with the nude packaging. And they also have a cream contour set. It looks exactly like her cream contour set. I'm going to be going in lightly with this PS contour brush, and I'm going to be going into this darker bronzy shade. I'm trying not to get too much, and I'm just going to go in and contour my face. It looks pretty good. It is a little bit on the patchier side, but it's very pigmented, and it's easy to pick up way too much, like I just did. So you be very careful. And I'm also going to apply the shade to my jawline. I think this is a really pretty color. It's not too orange, and it's not too like ashy. Okay, so I think that looks really, really pretty. I'm very happy with this. I would like to use like the highlighting shades in this because I think they're really pretty, but I have another highlighting palette. So for highlighting, I'm going to be using this Gold Rush highlighter palette. This is only $7, and the colors are so beautiful. Look how pretty. I think I'm going to go in with this color. This color is called Carrot, right here, this peachy rose gold color. And I'm going to be using their highlighting fan brush. I feel like this palette would work more for medium to darker skin tones because I can see these gold shades looking beautiful on a deeper skin tone, whereas I could probably only use these like two top rows, but I still think they're so very pretty. I could definitely use these for like eyeshadows. So I have two different lip options. I found this lip kit in Dreamcatcher, and I think these are really cool because it comes with a lip liner as well as the liquid lipstick. So I'm just going to swatch this really quick for you because I think I'm going to use something else for my lips. The liner and the lipstick actually match very well. But I think I'm going to use this new PS Nudes Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in Voluptuous. And it has at the bottom this like little like blender, which I'm kind of confused about, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the lip liner with this because I think it will still work. And so I'm going to use the applicator to apply this. Please ignore my lips, they're so chapped right now because I don't know why, but I have to put like a lip mask on or something because they're just so chapped. I'm probably going to take this off and put like a more moisturizing lipstick on after this. So I think this is a really pretty nude color. I think it matches like the middle of my eye, so I think it looks really pretty. All in all, I think this makeup look turned out really good. These products worked way better than I was expecting them to, so definitely check out your Primark if you have one near you. I know they're just starting to come out in the United States, so if you guys get one, make sure to check them out. Their products are very affordable and pretty decent for the price. So I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to check out all my socials. So I think overall this makeup look turned out amazing. A lot of these products worked out much better than I was expecting them to, especially for the price. The quality is crazy. So if you have a Primark near you, make sure to check it out. I know Primark is just starting to get around in the United States, so if you have one near you, make sure to check out the makeup section. Make sure you're also following me on all my social medias. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!